Hi, I'm Kathy Cregan, CPA. Welcome to Tax Magic Podcast, because we're going to take you from tax tragic to tax magic. Now, today's episode is going to be on why or how much of the $360 billion overpayment taxpayers are owed by the Treasury and how it happened. First, you need to remember to file your claim by the deadline of July 10th of 2026. A federal court issued a ruling that could affect tens of millions of taxpayers. Nobody should have been required to file their taxes on time for a stretch from 2020 to 2023. That was during COVID, the gift that keeps on giving. Judge Molly R. Silfen, a judge on the U.S. Court of Federal Claims, declared because timely tax collecting should have been suspended during the coronavirus and pandemic, the IRS did not have the right to collect it. The government is appealing, and if they lose, the IRS could owe refunds to anyone who has been charged a late fee or penalty for failing to pay their taxes on time in those years. Now, the court's position, as the people still owed taxes during the pandemic, but shouldn't have been required to pay until the federally declared emergency ended in mid-2023. Now, the basis is U.S. tax law that allows people not to pay their taxes on time during federally declared disasters. You don't have to file your tax return until at least 60 days after the disaster ends. Now, most disasters only last for a few days, but not years. And most affect designated communities, not the entire country. So this was a unique situation. And the 3-year-long federal emergency response to the pandemic was a unique situation. And the IRS holds the position that the law on suspending those tax payments during a disaster didn't apply to COVID. They don't give a reason why, but they declare that. And the tax agency kept collecting those taxes and charging late fees to those who didn't pay on time in 2020 through 2023. This position was challenged, and Silfen and other judges have ruled that tax payments shouldn't have been considered overdue between that period of time, even for debts that predate the pandemic. Now, this is according to the analysis of the U.S. Taxpayer Advocate, which is an independent section of the IRS. I've dealt with them. They're great. The Taxpayer Advocate Service says that anyone who is charged a penalty or interest for not paying their taxes during this period of time might be able to get their money back. And they should file a claim for that money by July 10th of this year to ensure that they don't miss the legal deadline, as that marks the 3 years after the end of the pandemic disaster period, plus the 60-day legal grace period. Taxpayers may be able to get a break on the interest they owe on older tax debts as well that predate the pandemic if the courts end up deciding that the interest shouldn't have kept growing during that period, which was a disaster period. The IRS has not published complete statistics indicating how many people might be able to claim the refund, but the number is going to be huge because businesses are also eligible for refunds on their penalties. So when you add individuals and businesses, that's a large number of penalties. Here's a major takeaway on this. If you believe that you might be owed money back, you'll need to file Form 843 by July 10th and mail it to the IRS. It can't be e-filed. So remember to send it to the U.S. by U.S. Postal Service Certified Mail, return receipt, to ensure the mailing date. I suggest that you go to your account at theirs.gov and download your account transcripts for the years 2020 through 2023 and peruse them for penalty and interest charges that they charged and you paid. However, if you can't determine the amount, file anyway. The Taxpayer Advocate Service said it's important to file it by the deadline and specify which year or years you overpaid. So list them all. If you don't know the specific dollar amount, the advocate advised, quote, write protective refund claim pursuant to the Kwong case, unquote, something similar across the top, and fill in as much detail as possible. Since this is as confusing as the other forms seem to be, I highly recommend hiring a CPA or tax attorney to assist you. If you would rather do it yourself, I suggest that you read the 3-part series on the issue that the Taxpayer Advocate Service issued, as it goes into detail about who might be owed a refund and how to fill out the form. Now, I'm not going to be doing this. I may do it for a few clients, but probably not. So remember to like and subscribe, because we are going to take you from tax tragic to tax magic, because the more you know, the less you owe.
This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute professional advice of any kind. Always consult with your tax professional. Be sure to read this full disclosure. Listener discretion is advised.